Good Saturday morning, everybody. I'm Jonathan Carlson. It's 8:57. The scores for the Georgia Milestones assessments are in. The state is reporting the strongest ever overall gains on assessments, with scores the same or better on 25 of 26 assessments. This includes the Atlanta School District, once known for one of the largest cheating scandals in U.S. history. Several metro counties showed improvement, including Cobb, Fulton, DeKalb, and Clayton. To see your district's results, we posted a link on the CBS 46 News app. Happening today, it's Hosea Help's 14th annual Back to School Jamboree. The fun kicking off from 10 a.m. until 3 at the Georgia International Convention Center. The organizational event will be giving out free school supplies, produce, clothes, and a whole lot more. Well, you could be $125 richer because this Atlanta company put your identity at risk. The huge Equifax settlement means you can get at least $125. You could get even more money if someone stole your identity. Click this story on the CBS 46 app to find out how to file a claim. An update now to a story we've been following. More people than first thought got Legionnaire's disease after they stayed at a downtown Atlanta hotel. A state health department spokeswoman says 11 people got the disease. They all stayed at the Sheraton Atlanta hotel, which remains closed. Another update, Georgia's U.S. Senator Johnny Isakson back home after spending nearly a week in the hospital. He broke 4 ribs after a fall in his Washington apartment. He says he's doing a lot better. Isakson will return to Washington, D.C. after the August recess. Coming up next on CBS 46 Morning News, the search for a man who killed his stepson in Stone Mountain continues, and a protest to keep a local historic park open kicks off in just a few minutes. These stories plus a look at the forecast coming up right after the break. Right now on CBS 46, the man police were looking for as a person of interest in the local murder of a taxi driver is under arrest, and today he's in court. Plus this morning, a local county is closing a historic park in light of safety concerns. A live report from Stockbridge as a protest rally to keep it open gets underway.
And the BB&T continues, 77 degrees in Atlanta. We'll talk about your forecast for the comfortable sunny Saturday we've got coming right up.
This is CBS 46 News at 9. Getting results.
And a good Saturday morning, everybody. I'm Jonathan Carlson in for Megan Packer. Let's take a live look outside as the sun is coming up over Atlanta. For more on your weekend forecast, meteorologist Alexandra Steele here now.
Oh, it's going to be a beautiful day if you're heading to the tennis today in Midtown. Gorgeous, right, Jonathan?
Yeah. You bet.
All right, well, we've got Jack Sock at noon, the big Bryan brothers tonight. So the men's semis, singles, doubles, and we're going to do it in fine form. 77 to start the day, 64. We're in the 50s this morning in Ellijay and also in Blairsville. 74 now we've warmed to in Gainesville, 72 in LaGrange. And this is really the key factor to the forecast, the dew points, the measure of the moisture. Typically this time of year we're in the 70s. It is muggy, sticky, and humid, but that won't be the case today. Another dry day, both with the satellite and radar composite. Clear skies out there this morning and the dry air, so we'll see some quick warming. The only little caveat to the forecast, in northeast Georgia today and tomorrow, we could see a slight isolated sprinkle or two, nothing too widespread, will not be short-lived. But if you're out there for a hike, you may see that in passing, thus keeping those temperatures actually in the low to mid 80s only. 88 in Atlanta and Carrollton, 89 in Athens, 90 in Covington. Sunny and warm, yes, but really humid and oppressive, no. But we will get there. Some changes coming in that aspect of the forecast this coming week. I've got that coming up. Jonathan? All
right, Alexandra, thanks. Right now, Stockbridge residents are not happy with the county's recent decision to close down a historic park for safety reasons. CBS 46's Ayani Hughes live at the park where a protest rally is set to kick off this morning. Ayani, good morning.
Good morning, Jonathan. That is right. This is Grant Park, a familiar baseball park that is in Stockbridge behind me. Now, this park has also been shut down by the city commission, and this is why. There's a pipe right under here, and underneath of it is a crumbling stormwater pipe system, and now it's said to have several sinkholes that are in the pipe system right now, and it's breaking up the parking lot, in turn making it dangerous for the community. Now, of course, that sparked a full service inspection of this entire park, and city commissioners closed it down, sparking outrage from longtime park goers. Now, District 5 City Commissioner Bruce Holmes made a statement saying, in part, "The public safety will always be my first concern. I apologize to our community for this inconvenience. However, I could not live with myself if anything was to happen to a child, knowing the potential dangers at Cochran Park." Now, there is a planned protest for today, and that will kick off in just a few moments. For now, we are live in Henry County. Ayani Hughes, CBS 46 News.
All right, Ayani, thank you. Meanwhile, police making an arrest in the deadly shooting of a taxi cab driver. 25-year-old Brian McGee is charged with felony murder. On July 15th, police say Zenon Perez picked up McGee at the Chambly MARTA station. He then crashed his cab outside the Sierra Hills apartment complex after getting shot. McGee is set to make his first court appearance later today. A crime alert to tell you about. Right now, DeKalb County police are looking for a suspected killer. They say the man they're looking for murdered his own stepson in Stone Mountain yesterday. It happened around 5:30 in the evening when 25-year-old Frederick White was shot and killed inside his own home. Police say this man, Demarius Bowman, who is White's stepfather, is the shooter. Officials say Bowman left the scene in a white 2018 Nissan Altima, which they tell us is a rental with a Georgia license plate number CIN 2735. If you see the car or Bowman, you're asked to call the DeKalb County Police Department at the number at the bottom of your screen. New from overnight, 7 people killed after 2 earthquakes hit the northern Philippines. It was 5.9 magnitude, which was followed around 20 minutes later by a second quake at a magnitude of 4.5. Also from overnight, at least 2 South Koreans have died and several others injured when an upper floor of a nightclub collapsed early this morning. The accident also involved athletes participating in the World Aquatics Championship. According to a news station, they confirmed 9 foreign athletes were injured, 4 Americans, 2 New Zealanders, 1 Dutch, 1 Italian, and 1 Brazilian. All of those athletes were water police players except the Brazilian. Well, happening today, the funeral for Ariel Calloway, the 24-year-old pregnant mother, was hit by a stray bullet earlier this week in Athens. Police say she was holding her young son at the time, shielding him from the gunfire. The young boy was unharmed. On Thursday, police arrested Calloway's accused killer. Athens police say Carissa Cooper fired that fatal shot. A developing story now. Deliberations begin Monday in the case of foster parents accused of killing a 2-year-old girl in their care. Jennifer and Joseph Rosenbaum are accused of killing Layla Daniel. They face 49 counts, including murder and child cruelty. The defense claims Layla was choking and died from her foster mother's efforts to revive her. Again, the jury will begin deliberations Monday, and of course we'll be in the courtroom to bring you the latest. Newly released video shows the shocking moment an e-scooter rider in Midtown was tragically killed. It's Atlanta's second e-scooter related death this year. CBS 46's Jamie Kennedy with that story.
On July 17th, William Alexander was riding an e-scooter home after watching the Atlanta United soccer match. In new video released, you can see the father of 2 riding next to a bus on West Peachtree Street. As the bus begins to turn right, it's at this moment you see Mr. Alexander fall. Moments later, realizing what happened, passengers on the bus break into hysterics. Mr. Alexander would be pronounced dead at the scene. The release comes off the back of a Safer Streets protest calling for the city to make streets safer for those not using vehicles as transport, and Mayor Bottoms issuing an executive order to stop any new scooter permits because of safety issues. In an official statement from Atlanta PD, they concluded the driver of the bus was not at fault and that no criminal charges will be filed. Jamie Kennedy, CBS 46 News.
All right, an in-depth look now at the risks of riding a scooter. Scooter trips may end with someone going to the emergency room. One study found it often happens because of falling off the scooter. Most people are treated for head injuries or broken bones. Fewer than 1 in 10 riders wore a helmet. Again, another reason why the city of Atlanta is saying they will no longer approve new permits to e-scooter companies. It's to give the city a chance to come up with new protections for both scooter riders and drivers who now share the road. In political news, House Democrats started down a road that could lead to impeachment for President Trump. They asked a court for documents from the Mueller investigation. Judiciary Chairman Jerry Nadler says he needs them for an impeachment inquiry. In a federal suit filed yesterday, the House Judiciary Committee is seeking all underlying grand jury testimony from the Mueller investigation, especially any related to the president's knowledge of any potential criminal acts by him or his aides.
All they want to do is impede. They want to investigate. They want to go fishing.
I would say we are in an impeachment investigation. It could lead to articles of impeachment or it could lead to something else.
Well, the closed-door meeting with elected officials lasted about half an hour, with lawmakers downplaying their disagreement. Meanwhile, the U.S. House has passed a 2-year budget and debt ceiling deal this week. It'll add $324 billion in spending over the next 2 years. It also suspends the debt ceiling through July 31st of 2021. The measure now goes to the Senate. Well, the time now, 9:08. What if I told you could be a few dollars richer? Coming up, details on a huge Equifax settlement that's paying out money after several people's identity was put at risk. Stay with us. And plus, a big annual event kicks off this morning as kids get ready to head back to school. Details on the Hosea Helps Jamboree right after the break. You're watching the morning news on CBS 46. Welcome back. This is a live look outside the BB&T Atlanta opening happening this weekend as the sunny skies are over Atlanta right there. I'm Jonathan Carlson. Great to have you with us this morning. Happening today is Hosea Helps 14th annual Back to School Jamboree. The fun kicking off from 10 a.m. until 3 at the Georgia International Convention Center. The organization will be giving out free school supplies, produce, clothes, and more. Meanwhile, an Atlanta company's big mistake could mean easy cash for you. 1 minute on a website could get you a check for $125. CBS 46's Trayson Bragg shows you how to cash in.
Hackers gained access to consumers' information that included their names, social security numbers, birth dates, credit card numbers, and driver's license numbers. As part of a $700 million settlement, consumers who were financially harmed are entitled to a payout. The average person will get $125, but those who actually had their identity stolen and had to fight to get it back can get up to $20,000.
As long as they have reasonable documentation in the form of receipts that they paid for credit monitoring or that they paid for security freezes, they should be able to get reimbursed for that amount.
Equifax will also provide at least 10 years of free credit monitoring and at least 7 years of free services for rendering stolen identities. For details on filing a claim, the company set up the website equifaxbreachsettlement.com. Here's how it works. You enter your last name and the last 6 numbers of your social security. You'll immediately know if your information was compromised during the breach. Then the site takes you to the section where you can file your claim.
Trayson Bragg, CBS 46 News.
All right, well, click on this story on the CBS 46 app to find if you are eligible for some of that cash. Well, the time now is 9:12. Fred Khalil up next to catch up on the weekend's sports.
All right, a beautiful morning, sunny skies, heading to the BB&T. Great temperatures right now in Atlanta, 77. I've got your forecast for the entire weekend and the week ahead coming up right after the break.
All right, new video you have to see. We told you about the tornado that hit Cape Cod, but take a look at this new video posted by a man who was working on a sailboat at the time the twister hit on Tuesday. It brought in strong winds and pouring rain. Just incredible pictures there, not something that you usually see up in that part of the country or anywhere for that matter around here. That was just scary. All right. Well, we're back here in the Weather Center. Jonathan Carlson with Alexandra Steele. Beautiful weather, at least in our area.
Oh, and it's nice there now, but actually there were 2 tornadoes on the Cape, both EF1s, high-end EF1s with 110 mile per hour winds. Yeah. Luckily there were no injuries. Those businesses are back up and running, everyone back at the Cape. But wow, unbelievable. For us, the cold front moved through last week. We're still reaping the benefits, right? Still enjoying it. Still dew points are low. Right now you can see it's a live picture from the BB&T. Jack Sock, if you're a fan, at noon today. It's the men's singles, semis, and also semis doubles. The Bryan brothers playing tonight as well, later tonight. And right now feels like 79. Dew point's at 62 and the winds are calm. Now it's all about the dew point, the measure of the moisture in the air, and usually this time of year, temperatures in the 70s and the dew points commensurately are in the 70s, and it's muggy. But that is not the case. This dry air holding really through the weekend. 77, so quick warm up already. We were in the 50s if you're up a few hours ago in Ellijay and Blue Ridge. Wow, clear skies, gorgeous conditions. Dew points too were in the 50s as well. They are coming up, but still, these are all really low numbers. 66 our highest, 62 in Atlanta, 63 in Athens, and you can see comfortable in the 50s, and even 60 is comfortable compared to us this time of year in Atlanta. This is the last weekend in July, and what a July this has been. Incredibly warm. Only 6 out of the entire month, 6 days, have our high temperatures not gotten into the 90s, and when those were, they were in the upper 80s, and the last 4 were the last 4 days. So it's been a really warm month and a dry month as well. We've only seen 1.9 inches of rain. On average, we see about 4.5 inches, so a few inches below. There are rain chances negligible for us this weekend, albeit in the northeast Georgia mountains, just a slight sprinkle perhaps or so from Ellijay to Dahlonega to Clayton. You may be out there hiking, walking, and a passing sprinkle, but it will be quick and it certainly won't dump a lot of rain. Look at the 3-day trace. This is how isolated it is. So certainly nothing to worry about. Most of us will see just a dry, beautiful weekend. Mostly sunny skies. Sunny, yes. Warm, yes. Average high is 89, but it won't be oppressively humid. So it's really going to feel pleasant. It's a summer day in Atlanta without the humidity. 85 only in Ellijay though, so a little bit cooler there, which is comfortable for them. 90 east perhaps, and Social Circle at Eatonton and Oxford. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies. Tomorrow you'll notice a few more clouds than today, 89 degrees. 90, we get into the 90s on Monday and Tuesday. And as we introduce this week, we'll introduce some more humidity as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. Next chance for any rain. There's a cold front, pretty slow moving. Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, perhaps a few showers with it, but no major washouts by any means. And Thursday, we bring in August, believe it or not. So a dry end to what has been a dry and very hot month, and really a gorgeous weekend though. So whatever you are doing today, there you go to the movies at Buford and watch the movie outside tonight. It's going to be gorgeous for it all.
Can't complain, Alexandra.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. And when she's not here, you can stay up to date rather with the latest weather by texting CBS 46 to 23765.
Now CBS 46 Sports with Fred Khalil.
With a base hit to score Ronald Acuna, 1-0 Braves on top. Still 1-0 in the 5th when Brian McCann unloads the truck, baby. A shot into the middle deck, 2-0 Braves. Still in the 5th. Ronald Acuna with a 2-run single. The Braves scored 4 in the 5th and 4 in the 6th. And the Braves crushed the Phillies on Friday night, 9-2. Well, Friday was also quarterfinal day at the BB&T Atlanta Open over at Atlantic Station. All the local guys are out, but some big American players are still alive. And I mean big, like 6'11" Riley Opelka. He took the court on Friday against Britain's Daniel Evans. Opelka was coming off a win over former Bulldog and defending champion John Isner. And Opelka was able to get the win in straight sets. Meanwhile, the primetime matchup featured American Taylor Fritz, who knocked out Georgia Tech's Kevin King Thursday. Fritz in the far court cruised through the first set against Momir Kecmanic of Serbia. Then he took the second set to a tiebreak, and both Americans advanced to today's semifinals. Stage 19 of the Tour de France was stopped after mudslides and hail and snow. Look at that. Blocked the beginning of the 5th climb. Look at that snow in the mountains. They had to bring out the heavy equipment on the course to try and clear it. Colombian rider Egan Bernal is in front after he sped away from Julian Alaphilippe on the climb. Well, a local product made Major League Baseball history to close out a 16-inning slugfest. Marietta native Stevie Wilkerson started Thursday in center field for the Orioles, but Baltimore ran out of pitchers in the 16th inning, so the Pope Greyhound stepped to the mound, threw a total of 14 pitches. None of them went above 60 miles an hour, ended the game by getting Albert Pujols to pop out. So that made Wilkerson the first position player in Major League history to record a save since save became an official stat in 1969. And that's Morning Sports. I'm Fred Khalil. Thanks for watching.
Hey, Fred, thanks. The time now 9:20. Up next, a scandal on the set of CBS's Big Brother. Astrid in the ATL with the details, rocking that show. And are you a winner? Here's your Mega Millions numbers. You take a look on the screen right there. 4, 6, 11, 43, 48. Mega Ball 11. The jackpot 45 million. Good luck. We'll be right back. Well, this morning you're getting this.
When I saw him, it was like I was seeing a ghost. Like every trigger I've ever pulled.
Yeah, it's the newest trailer for the movie Gemini Man that was filmed here in Georgia. The movie starring Will Smith as an elite assassin who's suddenly targeted by a mysterious young operative that can predict his every move. This action thriller comes to theaters on October 11th.
You got to be miles away from here before dawn. Where is she? Follow that North Star. If there are no stars, just follow the river.
You're also getting a glimpse of the upcoming movie about legendary abolitionist Harriet Tubman. The trailer for her biopic titled Harriet was just released. Tubman is played by Cynthia Erivo, a British actress of Nigerian background. Other cast members include Atlanta-based singer Janelle Monáe and Jennifer Nettles from the country group Sugarland. Tubman was a black woman who escaped slavery during the Civil War. Harriet is set for release November 1st. Well, CBS's show Big Brother contestants are being accused of racism. Last Thursday, 3 of the 5 people of color were permanently evicted simultaneously. CBS is now responding to the controversy, and our Astrid in the ATL has the details.
Last time we spoke with Atlanta Big Brother housemate David Alexander. He was hopeful he'd bring home the $500,000 prize.
I'm really here to rep Atlanta. I don't think Atlanta gets enough love on Big Brother, so I'm here to take one home for Atlanta. That's my goal this season.
Unfortunately, that dream ended when he was voted off the show.
So much for 3 hours.
Big Brother, which is best known for its tagline, "Expect the Unexpected," is taking heat from viewers after David and 2 contestants of color were eliminated last week. On Twitter, one fan wrote, "CBS, you have some explaining to do. This is terrible." Another user wrote, "The first 3 people voted out of Big Brother were people of color. This says so much about the show and society in general."
Show me now, yeah. Show me now, yeah.
One cast member in particular, Jack, has repeatedly engaged in prejudice and bullying verbal attacks against house guests. He called Puerto Rican house guest Jessica Consuela. Jack said he wanted to stomp a mud hole right through her chest when talking about Kemi, and referring to rice pudding when speaking about Asian house guest Bella.
The proof is in the pudding. Like
the rice pudding.
They were the slop pudding.
The slop pudding. The slop pudding.
The network and producers did issue this statement addressing the backlash, saying in part, at times the house guests say things that we do not condone. We share some of the viewers' concerns about inappropriate behavior and offensive comments. And producers have addressed specific incidents with the house guests involved. They went on to say that casting in the show is not racially motivated. Keep in mind, people who subscribe to the Big Brother live feeds can see what's happening in the house 24/7, but CBS edits the footage down for time. Astrid Martinez, CBS 46 News.
Well, Astrid did reach out to Atlanta house guest David for comment and is waiting to hear back. The time now 9:26. A hidden camera found in a local restaurant. The hunt now on for who placed it there. Plus, it's the video that went viral this week. If you missed it, a child falls on an airport luggage belt at ATL. More news coming your way next. Stay with us.
CBS 46 News at 9:30 starts now.
And a good morning, everybody. We start with a live look at the BB&T Atlanta Open there at Atlantic Station. A beautiful sunny day here in Atlanta as people are starting to warm up out there. Here in the Weather Center, I'm Jonathan Carlson along with Alexandra Steele on this Saturday morning, the 27th of July. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Hi, everyone. Good morning. It is the last weekend of July. And if you are heading to the BB&T, play starts at noon. It's the men's semis, the singles and the doubles. Jack Sock at noon, the Bryan brothers tonight. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be beautiful if you've got tickets for it. It's such an intimate, awesome place to watch the match. All right, so let's talk about the weather. Could not be nicer. Really a beautiful high and dry weekend. And dry on two fronts. No rain coming down, and also the air mass is dry. So right now, temperatures are in the 70s. We had 50-degree temperatures in Northeast Georgia this morning. 74 in Lawrenceville. Feels like 79. It's the dew point, that 62-degree number. That's so dry. We have dew points typically this time of year in the 70s, and it's really oppressive. 50s is where we were just a few hours ago, from Ellijay to Blairsville, so enjoy it. We also had dew points in the 50s. They're coming up. Humidity will be low today. Yes, it will be sunny, it will be warm, but it won't be oppressively humid where we typically are this time of year. So we're about 60 now. We'll stay in the early uncomfortable. It won't be uncomfortable because compared to what we're used to, right, it really will be a comfortable day, although it will be 89 degrees in Atlanta. Satellite and radar composite, clear skies abound. The only little caveat in the forecast is northeast Georgia could see a passing sprinkle today, but here in Atlanta, really no threat for rain at all until we get to about Wednesday. Then there's a kind of a sluggish front moving through, so it'll be the timing to that we'll watch. 88 degrees, lots of sunshine today, and again, sunny and warm, but not oppressively humid, but that will change because we do have humidity building in this coming week. I'll have the forecast coming up in just a few moments. Jonathan?
All right, Alexandra, thanks. Right now in Henry County, some people living there are less than thrilled after their hometown baseball park was closed for safety reasons. CBS 46's Ayani Hughes live at Cochran Park. And Ayani, is a crowd already out there now?
There is a crowd and some people are definitely upset, Jonathan. Behind me is Cochran Park, and right here that you see are the protesters that are here. This park has been shut down by the city due to piping issues, and players and families are definitely upset, as you can hear. Now I have with me City Councilman Elton Alexander with more on this issue. And Councilman, just tell me a little bit about what this is about and what is going on right now.
This is a historic Cochran Park, and we want our park reopened. Kids, professional baseball players have come through this organization and through this facility, and what is really going on here, we do not understand. There's been a lack of communication to the coaches, the parents, and the children. This is about our children. We want to set a high standard here in Stockbridge, and we want to do whatever it takes to get this park reopened. We want to open our park. Open our park. Open our park.
Okay, and I know that money was some of the issue that they were saying. You just needed funds to be able to fix the issues that are going on. Is that something that you guys have considered maybe raising money for or getting sponsorship for, anything like that?
There's a $250 million SPLOST going on the ballot in Henry County, November the 5th. If they want our support to vote in favor of that $250 million SPLOST, we want our park reopened, and the understanding is that the county should be investing in all of the cities in Henry County and Stockbridge and Arkansas. Our citizens pay taxes to Henry County to maintain this park. It should be maintained in a superior fashion. And the city officials had the nerve to complain. The coaches had the nerve to complain. And what happened is this is a retaliation for our complaints for better. We deserve better.
All right, and clearly this means a lot for the people of Henry County. So for now, this is the protest that's going on right now. We are live in Henry County. Ayani Hughes, CBS 46 News.